Pod leader.
My goodness me.
Oh, we'll get there. Pod leader.
Private channel. I'm on second watch.
Hey, do you want to wear that top?
It's good. It's round. Where are the bobbleheads?
Mr. J.
Ira 2 list.
Hey, and welcome back to Pod Lead'em. That's Top Model Podcast backwards. A tippity top podcast pod show.
Pod.
I'm Alexander Price, and the amazing thing about Tyra is she can have on the rattiest torn up kangaroo costume and still look absolutely stunning.
I'm Hannah Jane Ginsburg, and take your luxury to the beach where you can sip a daiquiri and lay all day on a padded chair.
And I'm JW Crump, and have you obtained relationships in the house that are semi-family-like? No.
We're, of course, talking about Cycle 8, Episode 8, The Girls Who Go Down Under.
Another pretty accurate episode title. They've been better. They've been better. And this episode is a perfect little, hey, have you missed an episode or two? We got you. Because we're going to give you the plot updates up front. Jasleen keeps going down, and the pressure is on. Britt needs to stand out.
Jasleen is trying her ass off.
Trying her ass off. And Natasha used to have friends. They would go out every night. This conversation between JL and Natasha, which is just, are there pretty girls in Moscow? Yeah. Are there pretty girls in the United States? Sure are. It's the weirdest thing where a good person is only defined as being a pretty girl.
That's later as well.
I also loved in this conversation, I love when people who are not native speakers to English or to any language accidentally say something in a way that makes it more evocative, which is Natasha saying that she knew I can do something bigger than just marrying some guy from the next door.
Some
that's so
guy from the next door is so
a more
good.
evocative way to say it.
It really is. It's better.
Why did we get a close-up on the picture of Nicole from from 2 seasons ago or whatever with Snake Charmer music underneath it?
I don't know. She was used as a weird transition shot, and it's one of her better photos. It's a Tyra one, but I don't know. You would have thought it would have been so much smarter to have used a photo in the House of April to remind us really quickly of April.
Yes.
Because get ready.
Natasha is feeling very confident because she doesn't have any competition because American girls are different from Russian girls.
Because American girls are spreaders of light, or at least JL is.
JL is.
She has complete faith in herself.
JL sometimes talks as if she's creating a D&D character for herself.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're like, you didn't need all this backstory. It's not coming into play.
I appreciate that you really filled out that one sheet, but you didn't need all of it.
Why does JL run to get the Tyra mail?
Bored.
Yeah, she's got a lot of energy.
Did anyone else see her holding the little flask?
No.
She has a tiny little flask.
I wish it was like a bracelet flask.
Ooh.
JL is kind of always dressed for a bachelorette party.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like a fun one, like a one with a scavenger hunt element to it. I get that. So, you know what Natasha doesn't care for? Having a Russian accent spoken to her and then being called a spy.
A spy. For
This
Natasha, the Russian spy.
This is the only time Natasha is like, I don't like this friendship. I don't like this.
I love this Tyra mail. First of all, we changed the glossy. I hope you all
Yes.
noticed.
Oh, I noticed.
Photo.
This is
That's
the
a
braid
top
one.
6 photo.
You photo who this? The
This braid
yes.
one, yeah.
And then the Tyra mail. Trust me, talking to people every day isn't as easy as it looks.
You know who has to talk to people every day? David Letterman, Diane Sawyer, and even Tyra sometimes.
So apparently, Tyra was ready to quit the show this year from stress.
Top model,
Top
you mean?
model or the
Top
Tyra
model.
Top model.
Model. She
Mhm.
was so stressed out. She was about ready to cut it, which makes it very curious when we find out who the guest judge later is, who also quit their show.
Oh, you think maybe this was like audition?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, where did you get that piping hot tea from?
Intern, my husband.
Great. I love it. I love it. The research team behind Podleadum.
So, guess who's coming to dinner? It's April.
Ready for a disco.
This is definitely an upgraded robot. She speaks
Yeah.
very naturally, has anecdotes,
Looks great.
looks great,
JL had no idea who she is.
and has a
JL
robot
didn't
friend.
know who she was. JL didn't know who she was. Okay, so I looked up her friend
Mhm.
because this
Oh.
is, you know how always when someone hosts and she's like, and then and the host is always like, and then my friend blah blah blah, and you're like, you don't know that person. You don't have to call him. I believe this is her friend. I believe April was like, Gary, you want to come? Gary, I need
Gary
someone.
Rihanna,
Yes.
who my phone tried to autocorrect to risotto.
Good.
Really wanted his name to be
Gary Risotto is a great drag name.
Honestly, he does a lot of stuff. You can see he's got a website. And
Did you look at his website too?
Yeah. He's
Oh,
done.
good.
He seems like a cool person. He also does a lot of he's LGBTQ and also does a lot of like
Activism.
activism. Specifically, it seems with maybe LGBTQ youth.
Yeah.
It seems like he was like an educator for that kind of stuff while still being an actor, creative. Yeah, it's just that seems like cool person.
We cannot skip over the clip of April on the show Miami Vibe.
If
You mean my
had
quote?
told me, if you had told me that this was fake, I would have absolutely Miami Vibe.
It is
Sounds-
on YouTube. They are 2 minutes long and really bad.
Seems
April won't even
So-
put it on her IMDb.
It seemed so. You know how in the Scream movies, starting with Scream
Yes,
2, they had
yes.
the Stab movies where they would do the Scream movies, but with like Heather Graham instead of
Yes.
Drew Barrymore. This is what that felt like a fake TV show within the universe of another TV show.
This felt like a fake TV show that Joanna hosted. Because remember
I've
Joanna?
seen those clips before too. Yes.
Yeah, that seemed like the real version of Miami Vibe.
Was this like when internet shows started becoming a thing, but we hadn't figured them out yet?
Maybe.
Because that's what Miami Vibe gave me the vibe of, truly. It was just like first draft internet show.
And April tells us there are different types of interviews you can encounter.
There's two.
There's two. The people that just doesn't shut up, and then the one that doesn't talk. And you expected a third, but I guess she's learned.
She's learned to tie her two list. She's like, there's three types of interviews: chatterbox, timid, and even Tyra
Tyra
sometimes.
This segment is both oddly practical and will never come up.
It does. They don't explain what they're gonna do because
I
is
don't
the
understand.
point
This is
to be
a
a good
staple-
interviewer?
Staple of the show. There is always a learn from someone how to interview someone challenge, and it is shocking to me that they still have not managed to teach it well
No.
ever.
She teaches, like, as we see, we get one or two fine tips.
Mhm.
Like, there's info.
But also, why was Gary there? Because he's not. You'd think that he would be the other person they have to interview to practice interviewing.
100%. That's why it seems like he would be there, to be this character actor, which they do later in like the Petite cycle with
Right.
ET. They have an actor there just to like do different versions of a quote bad interview to test them. And the funniest thing is, if there was a concept called womansplaining, Gary will say a full complicated sentence, and then April will always be like, what Gary's trying to say is blank. And it's so
How on brand for
Funny.
April?
So yeah, it really is. That's my favorite thing. It's like April's still April and her whole way
April
down.
Also
Shut up,
says
Gary.
after they do their like little skit, April says, "Do you think you could do this now?" Okay. Like, you've watched this for 2 minutes. Go. I didn't give you tips. I just
Jasleen does not. Jasleen is outwardly saying no.
How many of these girls have actually seen an interview before or have any idea of what is involved. Like, what makes an interview different from a conversation?
Or a screaming match?
JL says, I know how to talk to people about anything because I'm fearless and I have a lot to say, which are not qualities that you want in an interviewer.
Natasha says that she'll be good at it because she has the look and I'm able to talk. And I'm like, well, I guess technically those are the bare basics for an on-camera interview.
True. Once again, it's not true.
I just love that for an interview, she says she has the look. Like, that's
this
the least
storyline.
important thing.
This storyline continues the entire episode.
Okay, so I wrote the note. Let me give y'all a little journey. Because I wrote the note when Renee and Natasha were in, because they interview each other. They interview each other instead of Gary for some stupid reason. Last minute, April was like, this is boring. Maybe let's spice it up. Renee and Natasha are so adversarial. And I was like, wow, this is really like a spicy conversation. Who knew that they would be so quickly eclipsed by the out of nowhere Dion JL energy.
And the only tip that April gives isn't, wow, that was really intense. It was just cheat out.
Practical tip.
Gary.
Practical tip from Gary.
Just cheat out.
Yep.
Because JL and Dion.
In the words of Natasha, when I look at them, I imagine two cats that are ready to jump on each other.
I think it's hot.
No, she goes, really hot? She like repeats it. She's like,
I think she means heated, but it's perfect to be like, it's hot.
But also, Gary also calls it a hot conversation. Everyone's saying hot to mean heated.
Weird.
Was it in the zeitgeist in this year that someone had a hot combo?
The Paris Hilton interview style.
I mean, honestly, maybe. But like, it's so interesting because we don't see a lot of JL and Dion relationship interaction. And I think these two personalities are very diametrically opposed.
Yeah. JL says, I'm never scared. I'm never nervous. I'm completely fearless. I am the queen of the world, and I am going to kick all of your butts.
That's the thing is, JL does this thing more often, and it's kind of related to in the previous episode when she puts on the crown for the acting challenge, the teach part of the acting challenge. She started in challenges putting on this weird air of a personality, of this super overconfident personality, instead of just talking like herself. It's almost like she has heard the criticism from the panel, but didn't translate it into a better version of itself.
Yeah, had no idea what to actually do with it.
Y'all, when JL asked the question, how are you going to separate yourself from the other girls? Dion says the phrase, I've already done that. I adopted to the name Brown. She is so annoyed.
I love that she calls out the show. I've already separated myself by having the worst experience on the show.
You think you'd do anything to be America's Next Top Model? Do you?
And then Gary's critique says to JL, that was slightly affected. And I was like, I literally wrote, slightly? Gary? She was speaking in a semi-British accent the whole time.
Well,
he's never met JL. He's
when
like so overwhelmed.
April splains. She goes, be yourself. Don't pretend this is what a host would sound like. Which I think is terrible advice.
That's terrible advice.
You should think what a host sounds like.
And then try to sound like them.
Dion also, in the driveway interview, because apparently they can't film inside the house, says, this teach, I think, is going to lead to some crazy mumbo-jumbo that we have no idea what we're in store for. Dion hates all of these teaches. She likes Benny Ninja, and that was it.
I mean, if I were going to rank the teaches, it would be Benny Ninja #1 and then everything else. I get it.
And then we have pool time for everyone but Dion. Dion is not in that pool. Everyone else has decided they're friendly enough, including Renee giving kisses.
And JL topless, of course.
Well, post-production must have been so annoyed by JL always being topless that they had to blur it out.
Renee continues her journey of like having a good Renee day. By just being like, I guess JL and I are friends again, and I'm just gonna let her do her thing. And I'm like, yeah.
But I don't know if she has what it takes to be a model. She can't not get one in on her right at the end.
Yeah.
Though I'm going to say,
it's such a marked improvement.
if I was going to
course.
talk about JL in a talking head at this moment in time, I would also say, but to be clear, please don't let her win this.
So the next day, April comes back to the house, and they're in a room of the house that we have never seen before.
Another one.
Yeah, this purple room with like a casting couch looking situation. It's clear why they don't hang out in this part of the house. And then as April is stalling for time.
How long did poor April have to stretch this out?
Hi, girls. It was great seeing you all yesterday. Hope you had a lot of fun. I'm going to see if you can take everything I've taught you and hit the streets. Oh, no! A fake, scary-looking kangaroo dog thing has entered the room. And did its stuffed baby Joey fall out immediately? It did.
And did Tyra's entire top of head fall off? Yes. I felt so bad for Tyra losing wig, weave, head scarf, whatever was happening that she was holding on for dear life up there.
Conspiracy theory. Tyra did this to herself so that she pulls a Britney and she gets a new wig for Australia.
We have to.
I forgot that this was how this announcement happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is a weird mix of everything and nothing.
It's weirdly cheap and expensive.
Yes.
Well, because then a real kangaroo...
Wait. Before, we can't, when you are watching this episode, anyone, and I promise you, it's worth a rewatch even if you've seen it, watch Jasleen when big stuffed Tyra comes in. Jasleen is scared in a way that says, I'm about to fly right out of this room. She is terrified.
And then she's terrified of the real kangaroo that comes in, which is a correct response. They will hit you.
And also, all of these things are coming out from behind. And beside them. So every so often, you'll just turn to your slight right and be like, there's a full kangaroo or three.
But even beyond all of these shenanigans, whenever this has happened before, there's been some, like, could they not write April better copy? She has to stall anyway, so it couldn't be like, you girls are going to take it to the streets, but I don't know if LA is challenging it. Like, there was no setup at all. It was, you're going to go to the streets. You're going to Australia. Like,
because it's literally not Natasha's fault that she does not understand this.
No! Because that sustained scream when Tyra refuses to do top model math because she doesn't know how far away Australia is.
I don't know how many miles.
And then Natasha's just,
and all the animal wranglers grab those kangaroos to stop from murdering Natasha as a
Kick it out
threat.
with a nail.
Yeah, and she's like, wow, delayed reaction. I'm like, yeah, because Tyra, I barely understood what was going on. Again, stop making it seem like everything's language barrier. Some of it's just, first of all, Natasha is always a delayed reaction because I think she takes a moment to process. That's fine. That's who she is. We love her. But I was just like, yeah, because this was so confusing. And also, I know conceptually what a kangaroo looks like. But if one of them walked into my room right now, I don't think I'd necessarily be like a kangaroo. I'd be like an animal. Like I wouldn't, I don't think you'd react. I don't think you'd put it together and be like, a kangaroo, we must be going to Australia. Like you wouldn't do that quickly.
No. Also, we learn what the prize of the challenge is before we know what the challenge is.
But my favorite part about speaking of top model math, you're going to be a Tyra show correspondent more than once.
So twice? What
a vague contract.
Well, she also says the winner of this challenge, this corresponding, is going to air on the Tyra show.
You know,
And then
you're
also-
corresponding around the city, just going, doing some corresponding.
We also get a weird chant started by Tyra because, of course, she can't inform people what she wants them to say. So she starts having them say, "Hop to it, Australia."
Which is better than them just being like, Australia, Australia. It's like, at least it's like cute. Hop to it, Australia. That is the only part of this that succeeds, actually, I think.
Okay.
Truly. That's what, but April just leaves the room.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye, April.
I shan't hop to it. That's not what April Bot does.
That is not in my programming.
She's just already on her cell. Gary, lunch? You're my friend, Gary.
Let's go get some risotto.
Then it's time for a packing montage. JL is disturbed to discover a tampon
Yes.
and then refers to it as a mouse with a tail, which are most mice.
Almost all mice.
Although I did have a dormouse, and sometimes they can lose their tail but survive like a lizard.
Oh,
Hashtag almost all mice.
not all mice. Also-
Then we learn a lot about JL's entire personality because she's seeing this trip as a bunch of girlfriends winning a free trip to Australia, while everyone else is like, "Oh, the competition is progressing and it's a top 6." Like this informs the rest of JL's journey throughout her final episode.
Yeah. Also, has JL's hair changed? It looks lighter and curlier.
I think it's just grown out.
Yeah.
She has been using that curling iron. Every day she curls the slightest little bit of it to get it to where she wants it to be.
Oh, ow.
Worth it. She's like, worth it. Worth it. Bobbleheads.
But they
weren't
don't-
bobbling though.
No, they don't go up and down,
They were
around and
mad
round.
because they didn't bobble.
But they did decide to make one or two of them, notably
Backwards.
Jasleen, further back. Not even
Leon was
like
backwards.
that's fine because I get that they whatever.
Sometimes
But
they need
like
to look at each other.
it's like as if they decided that Jasleen as a character got an aisle seat instead of a window seat so she wasn't as close to the window. It's like, why did you zoom out on one or two of these? It's the last reminder of Natasha's bangs.
Yes.
Yep.
Also, then the Earth flips upside down so that we can go to Sydney. You know, the continent of Sydney, because nowhere does it say Australia.
Oh, Alexander, have you never flown to Australia before? Because the Earth does flip on its.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get
it's actually
halfway
very
there,
short.
The plane goes halfway, and then the Earth goes the other half.
The other half. So it doesn't take as long.
Anytime you feel an earthquake, is someone traveling to Sydney.
That's just economics.
Yeah, that's. Okay. I've said multiple times throughout this cycle, I'm never making fun of Natasha's broken English. That being said,
You're about to.
I am going to make fun of Natasha's English because she says something that's the perfect mix of Natasha logic
Mhm.
and then English being her second language to make it even more Natasha logic, where she says, some people dream to go to Japan. Some people are crazy about the Tibet. I can't even finish, but I've always been crazy about going to Australia. Why? Why that list? Who was talking about Japan
So-
and Tibet?
So,
Have
my
you ever seen my favorite 1950s musical, Crazy About the Tibet?
my
It's
thought,
such a specific reference.
I think she got confused. I think she was doing a top model situation. So it was, they went to Japan, they went to Thailand, and
Oh,
she
interesting.
misremembered it as Tibet.
Oh, that's an interesting theory.
Because, yeah.
I
so
just
So it's almost like they went to these places, but we went to Australia where I always wanted to go.
The only theory that I came up with was, you know how, like, when you visit a foreign country and you like try to watch If you've ever visited a foreign country.
Yes.
And you try to watch TV and it's like the most random movies from America dubbed that you would never suspect.
Yes.
Or like reruns of Matlock or something. And you're like, why is this happening at 2 p.m.? I was
French
like,
love Matlock.
like they just got 7 years in Tibet and Russia.
Maybe. I love that she calls it the Tibet.
The Tibet.
It's such an interesting way of wording that whole sentence, and that some people are crazy about it. Just crazy, just all about
it. Really
it.
Does seem even more excited than the other girls to be in Australia.
Yeah, for sure.
So we meet Erica Hainitz, who was previously the host of Australia's Next Top Model.
They're very clear every single time that she is the OG but not current host.
It is,
and it seems like a compliment.
Loaded.
Because they clearly like her enough to hire her for America's Next Top Model. But why isn't... And the thing is, Erica's great.
She is. She's a great guest judge later.
She's a great presenter. I was just like, well, yeah, you clearly are a good host. It makes sense why you were the host of this show. Erica, what happened?
If anybody out there knows what happened, the tea.
I haven't watched a lot of Australia's Next Top Model, so I truly don't know.
Well, that's what's after when we finally get through cycle 25 or whatever. Maybe we'll head to Australia because it's the same initial. All right, get ready. You guys must be absolutely knackered after a long haul from the United States. As an international top model, you need to be able to walk straight off the plane and literally right into location. I know Tyra has sent you on assignment, so no mucking around. We're going to get stuck straight into the hard yakka. I'm going to send you off to have a crack at chewing the fat with the locals.
Yay!
And I even did that without using my Australian get into the accent phrase, which is Christian Bale, Australian for journalist.
That's all great. And they're very confused by this, specifically Jasleen.
Her brow is so furrowed.
Jasleen is still...
You can say that about the entire episode.
Jasleen is still waiting for another kangaroo to pop out. And she's like ready to fight. I loved... After that, she explains that the challenge is going to be you're going to interview just random people, man on the street kind of style interviewing, and you just have to insert as much Aussie slang as possible, which is barely...
Yeah.
Okay, hold up. And then, hold up. It does not matter. Everything I just said, trash, garbage, doesn't matter. Because then Erica presents the printout. The Aussie slang Bible that is literally a Staples.com printout with just a flag of Australia on it. It is so stupid and cheap, and I love it so much. And it does make me feel like they were like, Erica, can you just type this in a
into your Microsoft doc?
Yeah. Send us the PDF. We'll print it out for you.
Also, while Erica is talking and she says that you're going to be a correspondent on The Tyra Show, Natasha mouths The Tyra Show.
I love that, actually. Natasha is ready to win this. And, spoiler.
I need to note that JL is wearing one of her normal JL outfits, which is a tutu over jeans.
Yes, and a green top.
What kind of monster wears a tutu on a plane?
On a plane.
Who had to sit next to her?
Dion.
So mad. Just keeping the rivalry up. And what's so funny is this tutu over jeans look's going to get its own sepia tone within episode flashback.
Yep.
and a non-sepia tone return.
Yep.
They have to interview locals about American fashion faux pas.
But really, they just have to shove Aussie slang in it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. So,
I mean, that's how the winner's determined.
Is it?
Yes, because the winner was the one who had the highest score.
That's not how they say the winner wins. They just say they picked the best.
Yeah, but that was not... There was no best. There was a quantity... I know what you're saying, Alexander. You're saying the show didn't present us with the proper way for us to know how a winner was determined. What I'm saying...
They did not officially collate... Give us an official tally of the top model math.
No.
That being said, it's definitely the person who just shoved in the most Aussie slang.
Or just
Well-
repeated the same one a lot.
Oh, yeah, smart.
We need to get into some of these. So we also learned that this is where Brittany tells us that she
Magic
has
backstory alert, y'all.
Yep. Wee 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 wee.
It's the backstory ambulance.
Yep. And that backstory ambulance backed up into Brittany 5 years ago.
She hit her head. She had 8 staples,
Whew.
and it affected the memory part of her brain.
Short-term memory specifically.
And I'm not doubting that any of this happened or that she has trouble memorizing. But we literally just saw her memorize a whole script.
I truly wonder, because I will say that I believe her. I objectively believe her. And so far, we haven't gotten to the infamous moment yet of Brittany that everyone remembers from this cycle, which I believe is probably next episode.
It is.
I remembered Brittany being way whinier. And I
Yes.
remembered very specifically this short-term memory thing, and that being the reason that I found her whiny. I'm going to go on record right now. I think she does the appropriate amount of whining throughout this particular episode. Because if this is frustrating, she's tired. I do think
That's
she's
it.
a person.
I think it's clearly exacerbated by stress and fatigue.
Yes.
And
And
I
I-
do think that now that she doesn't have the focus of her weave to, focus on
Fixate
that for complaining,
Mhm.
she might be someone that at this age is someone who kind of needs a thing to complain about.
Yeah, and I don't think she handles aggression and emotions very well.
Yeah. She
But
definitely handles stress and fatigue less well than everybody else who has journeyed with her.
Yeah, for sure. But this is one of the challenges that is so stupid and is just top model shenanigans.
Yes.
And also, Dion did not understand what the challenge was.
No.
She's not good at it from a non-slang perspective either.
No.
So,
So we get slangometer with a corresponding ding. But Dion gets a that's coolometer.
That's all she says.
that's cool. That's cool.
That's cool. That's cool.
It's always 2, which is my favorite.
After every answer,
Yep. No follow-up question ever.
Renee is actually pretty good at this.
I would argue if she had said, quote, more. Again, I think this was a total quantitative who said the most slang. I think Renee did the best.
I think Renee did the best as well. She also interviews my personal hero of the episode. She asks a gentleman if you should be able to see a woman's underwear past her jeans. And he responds, undies are undies. You keep them within your pants.
I loved him. I love them. I love them so much.
This guy was like, let's spend the rest of the time with this guy. I want his takes on fashion.
JL interviews people just so she can say her own opinion on something.
My favorite was when JL interviews a woman wearing a rugby shirt that says that Americans don't have sex appeal.
I loved her.
Which was great.
Loved her. Loved.
Brittany.
Interviews an American woman,
This was mean.
apparently on vacation to be super passive aggressive to a stranger.
Good. I hate when women wear skimpy tops where you can see their bra.
And then actually, I thought Brittany's response of, oh no, was really
It
charming.
was cute.
Strap.
That's a clip you would actually put in like an interview package. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, here's the quirky interview.
Jasleen sexually harasses a person.
Ooh, they're gray.
Do you have whatever on? Dax on? What color? Let's see. Take them out.
Will you show me? Ooh, they're gray.
I don't know why, but they're saying, ooh, they're gray. It was so funny.
It is the most normal underwear color of all time. And
Natasha.
Natasha is such a hero because first of all, Natasha decides she's going to find as the show defines them, a metrosexual trio of people. She doesn't interview one person. Natasha's like, gotta get the numbers in. 3 people at once.
She
Gotta
says the
make
phrase.
quota.
She says the phrase. Don't be cactus.
No, even better is, I'm just the ear bashing person here, and you're all cactuses.
Like, she is just cramming the slang into every sentence. She has constructed sentences where she can get 2 or 3 points because you get a point, according to the logic of the Tyron, you get a point every new slang word that you introduce.
Right.
But Natasha has just memorized all of them.
It
and
makes me wonder if she was on like a debate team at some point in her life, because it's very debate team logic.
It fully is. I
Yeah.
had a roommate in college who was on the debate team, and that's the full energy. And I would love that from Natasha. What if that's how Natasha learned English so quickly?
Oh. Yeah.
Would love.
Honestly,
She's really good at this, though.
She's also so funny.
She's
You're
so
all just
natural.
cactuses.
You're just cactuses. Do you need a little lippy to crack on someone? Just ear bashing you.
I love that she starts by going on, do you have a lippy on? He's like, no. And you're like, he doesn't. to like the like investigative journalist Natasha.
He does not have lippy. There was no lippy
Update,
on this
update.
man. Scroll on the bottom. Just man is not wearing lippy.
It's like Natasha would go conspiracy theory, do. Like she would say it to
She's
herself.
like holding in a fake earpiece and doing her own like titty, breaking news.
Yeah, Natasha's just like, my producer's telling me to ask about the lippy, and I was like, there's no producer, Natasha.
Well, I mean, it's compared to like Janelle, who's being like, "What about us Yank Americans?" and like clearly doesn't understand the assignment. Natasha has it down.
Yeah, it's fully a Natasha versus Renee, and everyone else just floundering from start to finish. I'm sorry, this is Natasha. No matter how you feel about her, whether you like her or dislike her as a model, as a contestant, as a personality, this clip is so objectively funny. And also, this is clearly, again, we're time perioding one of my
Yes.
least favorite trends, which was the metrosexual,
Sure.
which is metrosexual, and it's no one on the show's fault, but like metrosexual, where we decided that I'm gonna be very general with this, like gay and queer culture for straight men was okay as long as you don't actually say that it's that.
Yeah.
I hated that trend for a while.
As long as you don't suck a dick, you're fine.
Ugh.
You wear that structured button down, straight man.
Use hair product.
At least now we've gotten to a world where straight men can just do that stuff and not need to so aggressively question their masculinity.
Except we do have war paint for men, which aggressively
What
attacks.
is that?
Okay, it's a British male makeup line.
Okay.
But they behave as though no man has ever worn, and like they have to like give everything a masculine hard
Yeah.
name. And it's about like, it's not concealer, it's like face.
Is this
fuckery.
like the
men's
Greek
razor commercials?
or the
Yes.
Greek yogurt for men that would
Yes.
like came in like a black thing and it
Yes.
was like a
Yes.
black tub?
Yes, it's the exact same kind of packaging too.
God. Ugh. Okay.
So Erica comes back to tell them a lie, which is that they'll find out the winner tomorrow.
And then she pulls out what must have been the most uncomfortable key in the world to keep in her pants.
Were you so excited that the giant keys followed them
Yes.
over?
Yeah.
If you think the key is big, you should see the size of your apartment.
But that was fun.
Hmm.
But then when they get to the apartment, Renee attempts to use the key in the door.
Well, why wouldn't you?
I guess so. Creak. And we find out that the reason we didn't have Carrie D in the original house was that this is the Carrie D house.
This hotel room is very tacky.
It's only, I don't think the hotel is tacky. I
No,
think
the
that,
decorations they put in the hotel.
although I did like the little stuffed kangaroo on the bed.
That's fine.
I know
I'm
that's
talking.
cute, too.
I'm talking about the tribal masks.
All of the quote unquote tribal stuff that's going to follow us to the judging room is,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. I love that Jasleen is like, that's my girl, Carrie D. And I'm like, oh, right, you met her. Oh, yeah, you actually do know her.
Is this
They seem like a pair that would be friends.
was this the moment Jasleen found out Carrie D won?
Oh,
Maybe?
Because they were probably airing when they were filming.
Yeah.
that's fascinating, actually.
And then the next morning, Deanna's the only adult because she makes her bed.
She makes her bed. Thank you. Makes her bed. Cooks eggs. Fixes her daughter's hair. Dion is an adult.
The adult.
Yeah, you're right. The adult in the room.
Question.
Though I will say, we have had some cycles where they fully trashed the international locations, but in general, I do think that the international hotel rooms stay cleaner, and part of that's just I think there's only
Time.
6 people,
Yeah.
and also not for long.
I do think, to be fair, this cast has a larger percentage of adults than cast
Yeah.
of
They've got parents. They've got mothers.
I was about to
on
say
this.
half the remaining. I didn't think about it, but half the remaining people are parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And eventually, the majority. Oh, I never thought about that before. Literally, by the time I just realized that when we get to the top 4, this is spoilery, but top 4, only one person's not a mother.
Yeah.
This is like the mother cycle. They wanted
Yeah.
it to be the plus size cycle, and it's the mother
Cycle.
Hmm.
As they're about to read the Tyra mail, they ask Natasha, "Were you hiding again? Has Natasha been hiding?"
And also, again, the Tyra Mel can't exist without Natasha, apparently.
G'day. Get ready to put up your dukes. Love, Tyra.
And then I love that they're like, oh, kangaroos. And then Renee's like, kangaroos? Why? And they're like, and both
Wow.
Brittany and JL were like, boxing.
Boxing.
It was the most, of all the Tyra Males to understand, I wouldn't have gotten this one. And they're like, yeah, the clear boxing kangaroo motif.
So they head to a wildlife preserve.
What was that, Alexander? What was that fighting game that had the kangaroo? Was it Tekken?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
There
And
was
they
a
also had
boxing
panda.
kangaroo character.
They also had a panda.
Yeah, they just had animals. Fair enough.
Yes. So they head to a wildlife preserve farm thing
Take your pick.
Butcher shop.
Oh,
where they're going to be shooting a commercial with an Australian accent.
a thick Australian accent.
And okay, I will say, God, this is so stupid. You would never have a model do this.
Never.
I feel like you would hire someone like Erica to do this. This is at least, I feel like sometimes with the CoverGirl commercial, we don't see them give the brief of what the final commercial is going to look like and what the overall concept is. I do think they at least do hear from Mr. J the wild concept that this is, which is
You
There's
girls
gonna be-
show up with your dramatic eyes.
like you do.
And a nature photographer, is so distracted by your mascara and your eyeshadow that he starts taking photos of you.
That's not even what happens at the end.
It's kind of what happens. We're also still in the era of the Queen collection.
Oh my God, this Queen collection.
Would you ever, as a model, get hired for something where you had to do an accent?
Not unless you're like known for being able to do it, but even then, why wouldn't you hire an Australian model?
Putting
You would.
aside the fact that Australian is one of the hardest accents to do.
So
well.
hard.
Like, it's that and South African are
Yes.
like the
Welsh,
two,
maybe.
yeah, accents that are really difficult to do. And I guess it's them being like, well, there's no foreign language they can do, so we have to have them humiliate themselves somehow.
I truly think that's what it is, because we've gotten to that point where they've had to do an international commercial phonetically in another language. I think they were like, well, what's the translation of that if we go to, I bet they were actually like, oh crap, what do we do if we go to Australia? That's English.
Mhm.
And they literally like made them do slang and then the accent, because that's the closest they can do to it being like Catalan.
And Jay presents it in such a way that's like, I hope you were doing the real challenge of listening to accents.
Because also, he was like, I'm sure you've had some time to be around some Australian people and hear some authentic Australian accents. And they nod, but I'm like, have they?
Not Brittany.
Not any of them. They haven't had any time to do this.
Just the
Like,
interviews.
Erica.
So they're in the makeup room practicing, and Sutan is the one, even though they're surrounded by Australians, Sutan is giving accent lessons.
And that one makeup girl who gives us all a full lesson on CAPTCHA.
Catcha.
Captcha. And if you don't have the
Subtitles.
closed captions on, it is a treat because it tries to phonetically do it every time Natasha does it. And it's a different spelling every time. And it's real funny. Captcha.
We meet a not creepy male model, Nick Hudson.
Ooh, also the name Nick Hudson. Ooh,
Yeah.
it's a good name.
That's a romance novel lead right there.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, the romance novel could be set in New York and call it On the Hudson.
I'll write it. I got nothing but time.
Thank you. I
Everybody
guess they're
looks
just
really
fucking in a
pretty.
boat. I don't know what the plot is.
They meet on the ferry. It'll be so
oh,
cute.
oh my god!
Everybody looks really pretty in this commercial. I think the
Wow,
makeup
you
is
look
by
really
and large
pretty.
really lovely.
The only look I didn't love from a hairstyling perspective was the super poof they gave Jasleen.
Yeah.
I felt like they
Oh.
dried her hair out too much or something.
I didn't like how they styled Dion.
I
with
thought
that
Dion
hat.
looked gorgeous.
I just
Me
didn't like the
too.
hat around this baggy shirt.
Oh,
Oh.
she looks so beautiful.
The
And then when
green
she's, like,
eyeshadow on
offset-
her was
Gorgeous.
amazing.
And then when she's offset and she actually wears the hat, she looks
Wearing the hat
good
is
in it.
better.
The hat was cute.
The hat wearing is better. Renee does a really good job.
She
She's
does.
just kind of awkward. But
She just goes for it. She says, "Hey, I'm gonna go full," in her words, Steve Irwin with this crocodile hunter, and he's like, "Okay, well that's good. I can pull you back." And she's like, "Great." Do they ever pull her back? Not
No.
really.
no.
But I think it's because Renee's the only one in the end result that you could argue, "Oh, I understood she was doing an Australian accent."
Agree.
But yes. JL's favorite thing about this shoot is being surrounded by nature and staring at a chicken.
I just want to touch the grass and the animals and breathe the air and climb the trees while I'm in wardrobe. Do not
That-
climb a tree when you are in wardrobe.
That drew me. I didn't like that. Off the deep
Ah.
end. No. That is what you do when you're done and back in your regular clothes.
Yeah.
No. I don't like that. She was literally in a tree after her commercial. No.
Yep.
We also see, this is another me calling bullshit on Brittany, because we see her
It's my favorite whip series. Bullshit on Brittany.
bullshit about Brittany. We see her not memorizing lines, but rather taking pictures with a digital camera.
She loves taking pictures. She took
Yeah.
pictures on Family Day too.
Yeah. It's a little like, if you know you have a memory problem, you should just sit there and memorize lines. Also, they didn't have that many lines.
She did. She even said that because, again, on the opposite side of that, she says, "Look, I have the short-term memory problem, but it just always takes me more practice and time." She understands that there's a way to deal with it, but to your point, we don't see the footage of that.
It feels like both JL and Brittany gave up before they started
Yes.
for different reasons.
Yeah.
JL walked up and was like, "Well, I'm not a cover girl, so I'm just gonna smile with as much of my face as I possibly can."
That smile.
It was
Yeah.
super awkward, and nothing that anyone told her to do either. No one was like, "You need to pull back on JL."
And we'll discuss it more in panel because it comes up, but it does feel like sometimes she's just mocking the concept.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because she wants to do a bondage photo shoot.
When she said later, "I just want to be all in leather with a whip," and wins that photo shoot, I'm like, we
You
did it.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
got
you
to style
weren't-
yourself.
And you were first called.
Yeah. So that also frustrated me. JL is very frustrating this episode, and I've been very much pro JL.
Yeah.
And I think Brittany was so nervous about doing badly that she just decided to do badly in a
Yeah.
way.
She's self-sabotaged for sure.
Jasleen's the only one that does it without cue cards, which does not come up in panel.
Nope.
Which is a shame because she had such an issue memorizing the lines in the the 3 types of model challenge teach that I was like, oh, they'll mention that because what a journey. She does just have this stern, stressed forehead. She almost looks like, if she were reading cue cards, it almost looks like she has
She
a
needs
vision
glasses.
problem.
Or
Yeah.
just like light in her eyes or something.
Because that's what I look like when I don't have my contact, because I have terrible vision, and that's like the face I make. And she does it so often also when like a host, like she did while Erica was explaining, and I was
Mhm.
like, at first I was like, wait, is she not like understanding? But I'm
Or
like,
it's
no,
a sun issue.
yeah,
Or
but
is that the active listening phase?
yeah, exactly. Is that
Or
her
the
Carrie D nod?
concentration concentration face. And it's especially bad on her, and I realized this episode. She has a tiny face.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
For someone who gives so much face, there's just not a lot of real estate.
Yeah.
So as soon as she scrunches her brow, her whole face is scrunched.
She's got like the opposite head size from Natasha. Natasha in a long Dion-esque original side ponytail is very sleek and cute.
Yeah.
Should everyone have just had long side ponytails? Is this the look for the season? And then Jails is a rat tail.
Natasha is stiff at first. Jay
Yes.
feels like he's watching a Russian pantomime, he says.
What is that?
You know how you go to a Russian pantomime?
You know how every time they say anything, they're just going to add Russian in front of it to make it their thing make sense?
Oh,
But she loosens up really quickly. She does attempt the accent. She makes like
She-
a real attempt at the accent,
She for sure does.
which ends up sounding like the What We Do in the Shadows accent.
yes.
And it
A little
makes
bit.
me quite joyful.
Yes.
A little bit.
Also, she asks some really good questions before the commercial starts. She's
Mhm.
like, "Can I use my hands? What's the framing?" Like, professional.
Very professional. I clocked that too. And it was good, because they've said on multiple cycles, like, ask those questions, have a conversation with Mr. J and the,
He's
the
there.
director.
And he seems really happy to have the conversation too. He's like very receptive and
Yeah.
doesn't
I-
seem impatient with it at all.
Wonder if, in general, there's a rule that Mr. J can only give them so much direction unless they ask for it. Like it's
Yeah.
a fairness of the competition thing. Because
Maybe.
otherwise it might, because I truly wonder if it's like, Mr. J's going to pick favorites too. That's just a natural thing. And he might give like Brittany more direction than Natasha because he likes Brittany more or whatever. I'm just using two random
Yeah.
examples. But it is interesting that he never minds answering questions.
They just
Well,
have to be
I've
asked.
I've thought of some counter examples.
And-
Maybe he's also maybe he's making up for being like teacher's pet. Teacher's pet. Have you petted a teacher? Have you teached a pet?
So in the
Have you petted a teacher? Have you taught a pet?
Teacher's pet. You got it. Great.
okay. In the van, Natasha has found a lollipop somewhere. And she tells Renee that it doesn't matter if her accent was crazy because she was pretty. She looked good.
That's a very sweet. This whole van ride home is very like everyone getting along, sitting around the campfire doing s'mores. Like everyone's, even Renee.
Mhm.
Renee is like, hey, I think, because they're all trying to comfort Brittany. And Renee's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I think I might do good, but it might look crazy when we get up
Renee
there.
is
I don't.
specifically comforting JL.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
They're
turn
friends.
around.
They're friends now.
Yeah.
So
But JL's not finished spreading joy to the universe. So she
Oof.
hopes she stays.
Yeah.
Welcome to our ugly home.
Reddit is back for a historically hideous season.
It's our 100th ugly house. This place is mayhem. That is impressive.
And if these walls could talk,
Do you cry a lot?
I do.
they'd have a lot to say.
What in God's name is this pit?
Don't get too close.
If you see the show, I'm a scaredy cat.
Ugliest House in America season premiere Wednesday at 8 on HGTV.
I had that dream again. My small business needs to hire, but I don't use LinkedIn and I hire wrong. So our orders get all backed up. We're drowning in paperwork, then actually drowning. Carol is fighting off sharks with a stapler and pirates are pillaging the office copier and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant goes beyond the resume, using unique insights to deliver a smarter shortlist. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/quality. Start hiring today with LinkedIn.
this panel photo.
It's an older one, right? Like Tyra looks like younger.
You can't tell because she's in darkness again. It's
She's
so
got
dark.
like a veil on, right?
No, that was just shadow, I think.
I thought that was a shadow too. I thought
Yeah, it was
Oh.
just a shadow.
It's such a severe shadow that I literally thought it was like a funeral veil.
Also, the outfit doesn't fit, and she's holding something in her hand that I could not, for the life of me, figure out what it is.
A kiwi.
I hope so.
For me, it was very. When I was growing up, we had the "Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego" video games for like
Yes.
Mac OS 89 or whatever.
Oh yes.
And there was "Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego," but there was also like "Where in the Universe is Carmen Sandiego."
Yes,
And
I
this
had.
it was very that to me.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but she looks great at panel.
I remember, I don't remember specifics about the look, but I remember liking the look. And also, I need to have a full conversation
About this panel room?
about this panel room. So hold on, there are three for me main aspects of this panel room. One I love, one I dislike, and one that's so weird that I fall in love with it. I like the color and style of the panel desk itself.
Oh, yeah.
I
It's
like that desk a lot.
Has a
Yeah.
sunset kind of motif to it.
I
Really
thought like
love.
surfboardy.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
the blue and the orange.
Yeah.
I dislike, and I apologize if I'm using the wrong word here, the Aboriginal artwork.
In hard quotes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can feel the quotation marks.
Mhm.
And
Behind both-
I apologize to any listener if that is the wrong word to use here. I'm trying to be descriptive, and this is the top model translation
This
of
is all-
something like that.
I think what's especially egregious about it is it's behind both the models and the panel.
you have to see it a lot.
We see it constantly.
And then something that at first I was like, huh? But that after a while I was like, yes, are the trees
Tree branches?
that have fallen leaves, and the fallen leaves are like bright orange gold.
Are they? I thought they were rocks.
Nope, they're meant to be leaves.
Oh.
Like that's why the trees are bare.
Well, I just thought they were tree branches that they stuck into some fake rocks.
Either way, I hated it when I first saw it. But as I saw it, I was like, it is kind of an interesting, fantastical background for them when you see them approaching the panel. It just looks like they're in like some magical forest. I don't know why
Maybe.
they're there. I don't know why they're there.
Question. Because the world flipped when we went down to Australia, is that the reason the panel didn't flip? Because it flipped and flipped again?
Ah.
I didn't even notice that, but you're totally
Yes.
right. We didn't do our normal flip.
It flipped
is
and
it-
flipped again.
That's interesting, though.
What I-
That's what should have been in the background of the panel room, is just a toilet flushing the other way. See? Australia.
What I also did not care for was Nigel's vacation shirt and Twiggy's pool cover up.
What vacation were they on?
They all just came off the plane. Twiggy
Did
all
they
but
spend
had a
some time
neck
at, like,
pillow on.
The top model resort
Yeah.
before they got here.
Our guest judge is Erica. She's back.
The former and original hosts.
Really emphasizing that hard. And I really like having her here. And I thought Tyra was going to finish that sentence as, because she's a friend and she started it and great. And I gave her that job. Because now top model is in 102 different countries.
She definitely
120.
she said definitely the wrong number of countries, and they had to add it in.
Yeah, 120 got hard ADR'd into that later.
Tyra also makes the girls say holla and to raise the roof for the top 6, which was a fun
Cool.
thing. And then they make the mistake of calling up Natasha, and then Natasha just has to stand there as they show the entire commercial and also explain what the challenge.
What?
Explain
How
what
many
the-
hours was Natasha standing there?
Explain what the challenge was, and then that they're not going to say who won it until
After.
Which is so stupid because, spoiler, it's Natasha. And I was like, oh, and they're going to say, hey, Natasha, it's you. And she's going to be like, what?
And they also don't critique them on the challenge at all.
No.
It feels like it's reminiscent of the Cycle 5, and one of you got the secret photo that's going to be in, so we're going to whatever. But, like, it just ends up,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this
and
isn't like that.
It wasn't even the top photo. It was.
no, Lisa was, like, the top winner, but then the photo was Nicole or whatever. I thought it was going to be kind of like that, but again, they critiqued the photos. So we never learn why Natasha wins this,
No.
other than, I assume,
She said the most.
numbers.
Yeah.
She also looks so cute at panel.
She
I love
does.
this outfit.
Yes. This commercial is weird.
One weird thing about it, I mean, the weirdest thing about it is Queen Latifah in a bubble.
Oh my God. If you have not done this, you need to do yourself a favor. Pause the screen as Dion looks up at Queen Latifah. Because she also looks beyond Queen Latifah because they didn't seem to tell her
They
where
didn't
the
give her an eye line.
was.
It's another reaching for foundation moment.
It's Also, I can only imagine that Queen Latifah did not know she was going to be in this commercial. And I imagine Queen Latifah watching the show being like, oh, Top Model. I'll watch some Top Model, and being like, what is this image of me?
Excuse me?
I need to call Tyra. The weirdest thing about the commercial to me is I feel like it had so little Renee, even though Renee was one of the better line deliveries.
It had little of, I feel like, everyone. I didn't feel like anyone was in this commercial, even though they all said a line.
Yeah,
You
maybe
couldn't
that's
tell
true.
that Jasleen was in it until halfway through. And then Renee gets to do Easy Breezy Beautiful Cover Girl.
Wink.
Cover girl.
That's a perfect wink. You got to give
It's
it to Renee.
No.
Okay.
This
Perfect
whole
wink.
episode, I'm giving it to Renee.
Yeah. No, I'm just like, winking is hard.
As we've learned.
I will stand by this.
Yeah.
And she just nails it. First try.
Yep. Absolutely.
Also, the photographer is still taking pictures of that tiny kangaroo. The storyline that he was distracted by their dazzling makeup did not continue.
The one thing I'll say for it is that it is actually filmed like a CoverGirl ad.
It is. It is the closest to a real commercial.
I think part of it, too, is that there's 6 of them, and I feel like normally this is a top 4 situation.
No, I think there's more than that usually.
I feel like this style of commercial, I feel like they've done with the top 3, and that ends up being their
CoverGirl.
photo and whatever. With this, they would normally give them each their own complete individual commercial that you would look at, and then we get to see CoverGirl. It's so fun to wear.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So nice to wear.
So nice to wear.
Love all my friends.
I love it. Well, the rest of the show, we're always going to be quoting that commercial. I'm going to say it right now. That's going to be the best episode of Top Model.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number
So
1.
after Natasha has stood there for 3 hours watching these commercials,
We come back to Natasha and her bangs are back, and she's like, ah, damn it.
lick. So they tell Natasha she did great. Her accent was perfect. Her poses were too.
They didn't say her accent was perfect. They said they were very surprised that someone who
Why
has
did you just turn into Asha? They tell Natasha she's beautiful, she's perfect, she looks like Linda Evangelista.
But they do compliment her because she has a heavy Russian accent. That heavy Russian accent with English being her second language, having to add in Aussie slang and that accent, she does a very serviceable job.
I guess I just don't understand this idea that that Natasha is seemingly have to translate a Russian accent into an American accent into an Australian accent. There seems to be this from the panel that she's having to do extra steps.
Well, I think memorizing something in your non-native language is going to be harder.
Sure.
And then adopting a different accent, a different strong accent from your own strong accent. I think it's that American bias of, well,
that's
this
what I'm
is
saying.
how, all people talk.
Right. It's a US centric kind of idea.
Yeah, for sure. But they've given that US centric story in their heads to Natasha the entire time.
Sure.
Yes.
I at least appreciate here it feels a little bit more like they're praising the fact that maybe she did have a slightly harder time with it instead of being like, isn't it funny that she's Russian? Ha 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 ha. Natasha, say oh my God in Russian again. Ha 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 ha. Like, at least this time they're like, hey, you have a pretty strong accent.
Sure.
And I do think when you have a quote newscaster neutral accent, it is easier to maybe at least do a capable job of another accent. But like, I have a strong accent. It is hard for me to translate it into a lot of stuff because it's always the Southern version of the other thing. You guys have heard me. I can't do any.
I know. Oh, I know.
I can't do any accents except for my very general Eastern European.
They tell Natasha that she scrunches up her nose when she's trying to be sexy, was she trying to be sexy when she was scrunching her nose?
It was strange to me that they thought those poses at the end looked sexy.
I didn't get that vibe either.
Yeah.
The honest
I do
neck.
think she did a great job. Though.
She did a really good job.
She's super charming on camera.
Yeah.
Deanna's next. She comes up and has a Caribbean accent, which Miss J calls West Indian, which was not the look.
It's so funny that with acting twice now, Dion, when she tries to do something, she has a different voice than her typical voice, but it's not what is called for in the moment. She's very good at a strong choice.
Yes. Tyra then says a phrase that my head almost exploded. Because she said, sometimes when you have a younger viewer, you need to talk like this, where it needs to be campy. Because kids love camp was the idea behind that phrase.
You know what? I think I'm going to kind of side with Tyra on this. Kids do love camp.
You know what? You're right. Summer camps, that's real fun. But I do. They've done this with CoverGirl so much. One day, truly, we should go through all the CoverGirl commercial episodes and write down all the phrases that we say, even the ones that contradict each other, about what a CoverGirl commercial is. Because you could write a marketing, MFA, MBA, whatever thesis on what a CoverGirl is and what a CoverGirl commercial is. Because
Where the CoverGirl comma goes.
It contradicts in this episode. Jasleen is next.
The read is not bad if her face were just relaxed.
And she does change her voice to something else.
Mm-hmm.
This couldn't have been her best take, right?
I don't know. I think she actually, because she had it memorized, she got less takes.
Yeah.
It feels like that.
We've seen that before.
With the Joni,
Sure.
Danny, Jade episode. Like sometimes, because
You
eventually
want to fuck up.
we didn't say this, but if they didn't know the lines, they brought in cue cards like immediately. They should have just had cue cards for people the entire time, and you use them or you don't. But like that, it felt like Jasleen got 2 takes, and this was it.
Well, and now the judges are back on the she's too big, go back subtle. Even though they're just like, go subtle, not too big. I mean, it's like
That being said, they show some B-roll that Tyra does a perfect impression of, like, okay, but you got to bring it back because the big wave isn't and then they literally show Jasleen doing that. It's so funny. Every so often Tyra just nails an impression of someone, and it was so Jasleen is always playing for the back seats.
Yes. It's nice to see Tyra's critiques in this episode, even when they do contradict each other, because they just feel so practical. I mean, I haven't gotten like a good practical critique from Tyra in a long time.
I wrote the note that a lot of Tyra's critique in this was super, if it wasn't always spot on, was at least how I wish she talked all the time to the contestants.
Except this next one, when Renee comes up and she says she sounds like a man.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
But also, problematicness aside, she didn't.
She didn't.
No.
I don't
Renee's biggest
get the
problem, I thought,
critique.
was that she just needed to stand up straight a little
Yes.
bit.
She was just going towards the camera.
Mm-hmm.
That I got. I think Miss J said that. Like, that was the issue. But, like, the accent was what's so funny, and we'll get into it more. In private panel, they seem to love Renee, but to her, it's like the opposite. You know how sometimes in person they're like really nice, but in private panel they're like, "Wow, could she suck any harder?"
Right.
This is the
Carrie D.
This is like yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
This is like weirdly the opposite, where they like critique her up and down, and then in private panel they're like, "But she was the best," and you're like, "What?"
Yeah.
The other reason I will continue to give it up for Renee is that for someone who has had a history of being very defensive on the show, she takes critique really well with like a genuine smile on her face.
Yeah.
And
She does.
also has figured out her hair a little bit. I thought she looked really pretty in the commercial and really good
Yeah.
on the panel.
I actually like what they did to it in the commercial, and I was like, I kind of hope it's better now that it's grown out a little bit, so it's a little less full mullet.
Yeah.
They also tell her she looks like Princess Di, and I can see it.
Yes.
Honestly, yes.
Mm-hmm.
They said she was paying homage to Steve Irwin, which was a real look because I looked it up.
Paying some homage to him.
They did say something.
He probably just died when this was going on.
But I wonder if they filmed it.
No, I looked. He died in like September of that year, which is probably around the time that they were filming this.
Well, they should have at least like edited that line out or something. You know what I mean?
Or done a little RIP at the end of the credits or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
They also tell her, you have to remember you're a model, not just an actress, like responding. So you got the acting good.
Great.
Then JL comes up. And this, oh,
It's so hard to watch her footage.
yes. What's hard, yes. Also, though, they literally give JL the exact opposite advice from Dion. Because they say, you don't have to smile as a cover girl. You can be, like, hard and have done this. And I'm like, if she had done that, they would have also ripped her to shreds. Like,
I do agree with the critique they give her of like, the best version of a cover girl is your personality married to the product.
Yes, true.
That does kind of contradict what you just said and they just said, but I like that critique because
And
a lot
I do
of
think it's correct.
because she has, and they start using this word because she defined herself as like this anarchist situation. And I do think that's at some point, it's hard to for me to perfectly put it in words, but at some point, JL decided that she wasn't going to win this.
Yes.
I think. Which is a shame because I actually think JL was a front runner a lot of the time.
I just think that they also go on this thing of JL isn't bubbly. And I'm like, since when?
Oh, she's so bubbly.
Yeah,
Erica even says that in private panel.
It's so strange that she feels like she isn't a smiler.
Yeah.
Or something, because she smiles all the time.
Yeah.
And is generally a happy person.
And when she's just standing there and she's neutral, she's so model-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You would pick her out of a lineup as a model.
It's so confusing.
It feels like, and this is something we've seen with the quote-unquote edgy girls on Top Model before, where they get at a certain point really nervous about losing their personality.
Yeah.
Or losing their counterculturalness.
Kind of like an AJ situation.
Exactly. And I feel like that's what happened here a little bit.
I'll be fascinated when we get to Cycle 10's Lauren, which I feel like is a different version of JL.
Yeah.
As a character, kind of the same journey, kind of the same length of time on the show, but a different version of the non-cover girl.
Yeah.
But they gave her this critique last week, which she then completely ignored.
True.
She did. She doesn't want to.
Yeah.
I don't think.
No.
And then Brittany comes up wearing a Melrose Original with every button in the world on her vest.
We've seen that vest before.
I know.
We've seen the vest on top of other things. Now it's just the vest.
I think that's why I really noticed it.
Yeah.
The way that she says, he's seen in the bush, is so dirty. He thinks I'm the best sealer he's seen in the bush.
I didn't hate her accent for the most
Her
part.
accent was fine.
And she
I think
looked
they tell her that
so
too. They tell
good.
Her that she had one of the better accents. Erica says to her, the moments when it came through, you had the best accent, basically.
And then we get a retelling of the short-term memory loss and the car wreck and all of this. And I feel like the judging panel can't decide how they want to respond to this because it feels like they want to be hey, well, that's wrong. Actually, let me take that back because Miss J knows exactly how they want to respond to it because Miss J was like, fashion has no sympathy or empathy. And you're like, cool note.
Covering all bases.
Woo. And Tyra tries to cool that hot take down a little bit.
We look at you as a person.
Because we know you. Erica's like, I don't know you.
You're just the girl with the bra strap showing.
Which of you is not going under, but going back over?
I love the writer's workshop she had with Miss J about that.
They were. There was no whispering.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. On under.
Erica coming in with the great practical advice where Tyra is like, well, what would you say to Brittany? And she's like, you have to develop a strategy for every job you have.
Yep.
Where you know what you're lacking and you have a strategy to make up for it. Yeah.
Erica has a lot of great critiques. I also like how she comes to JL's defense and we get that sepia tone flashback from this episode. It's as if Erica's memories are the sepia tone flashback. And she's like, she loves what she's doing. And you want to be around someone who loves what they're doing and brings joy to a set every single time, every single day. And you know what? JL does generally do that. And it is a good critique. And I love that because especially Nigel, it feels like just have decided they hate JL's personality.
Twiggy for sure.
Yes, that's true. But I love that Erica's like, hey, as someone who's met them for a brief time, which is how most people will meet them, I like it. Yeah. I like the personality.
Mm-hmm.
Nigel says that crying and feelings are unattractive.
This is a rough episode for Nigel, who had been doing decent lately.
I do like that Tyra also comes to Jaslene's defense because Jasleen has
Did she
been-
come to Jocelyn? Oh,
Yeah, she does, because when they talk about her being too big in her, making faces and saying hi to people who aren't there, she makes the point, as everyone, who has done improv has made, is that it's always better to pull someone back than try to bring more out of them.
Mr. J said that this episode to Renee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
and
I'm
also
glad that Tyra steps in for Jasleen during panel.
and now that she's seen herself on camera doing
Mhm.
it, like on video.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good point. I haven't watched next episode yet. I'm wondering if this was the breaking point where, because personal story.
Personal story.
My own sepia tone flashback that I'll command to happen. I was in the church choir, like you do when you're from the South, and I had what I'm gonna now describe as mini anxiety and panic attacks.
Okay.
But I think at the time I didn't realize what they were, and I would do this thing where I'd a full open mouth breathe to catch air as if I had a paper bag that I was breathing into, but didn't. And then there was a picture that someone took of the choir and everyone else is singing, and I've just got my mouth full open and my mom was like, that's kind of what you look like all the time when you do that. And I'm like, oh wow, I need to fix this.
Yeah.
And I think honestly, when you see yourself in a picture on film and you notice those things, when you hear your own voice, like how people used to be like, I never, for voicemails, I never knew I sounded like that or whatever, it can be really a good mirror to hold up to yourself. So I wonder if this is Jasleen's moment of oh wow, I do that.
Yeah, let me tell you, listening and editing your own podcast will get rid of a lot of vocal tics for
Yeah,
hours.
Alexander used to just at every third sentence just scream for 30 seconds, and we were like, you gotta cut it out, man.
I just never
He's like, I'm not hearing
noticed.
it.
Yeah,
I'm not hearing it.
It felt charming.
Tyra tells the girls that what we have in our hands are screen captures.
She really went in on explaining what a screen capture was, like it had never happened on the show.
She does that every time. In the year of our Lord, 2008 or whatever this took place, we are still explaining screen captures, and she puts an Australian accent on captures.
Captures.
It's just like that makeup
When
girl's
there's a
there going,
video,
capture.
You can pause it, and then we take that paused image and we print it out, and that's what I'm holding in my hand right now.
Has no one ever pressed the print screen button, Tyra?
Also, they're not sitting there if you have a pile of papers being like, I wonder what photo it is.
What is this magic?
Oh, there's going to be a video come out?
They just hand you a VHS tape.
I was about to say, it's a VHS, she just chucks at them. Here. We didn't know how to get an image off of it. No one's
You
captured
figure it out.
You gotta hand it a DVD of your commercial.
And it just has their name written in Sharpie on the disc.
Or you know how you could print out stickers, to put on it, but there's always a hole in the middle, so it's just their headshot with a fucking hole in the middle of their face.
Right where one of the eyes goes.
Yeah. Capture.
So Natasha is first call out, and she's also, after the panel has watched all of them, she's also the challenge winner because now the panel's choosing the winner?
Who knows?
Why was Erica not choosing the winner?
Well, it's for the Tyra show, so I guess it makes sense that Tyra would choose who's going to be corresponding.
I love Tyra's shock and disbelief as she tells Natasha that she gets to do this job. Her face is like, and you're gonna get to be a correspondent on my show.
This is why Tyra made the smart decision of more than once.
Which now means twice.
Then Renee.
Can we find those clips of her just going around being like, you're a cactus, 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 cactus. Not in Australia anymore, just cactus, cactus, cactus.
So Renee's second, then Jasleen, then Dion.
Which
I
feels
thought this was the right
pretty fair.
call-out
Yeah.
order.
pretty fair.
Which leaves Britt and JL in the bottom.
And there is very little suspense here.
Yeah. They tell JL she was ghastly on
How you
film.
present yourself on film is ghastly.
Ooh.
And also to Brittany, the judges try to be compassionate about your problem.
I love it when they said try to be compassionate. We put in the work to try to be compassionate, but as Miss J said, none of us have the concept of sympathy nor empathy.
It was really hard for us.
How dare you, Britt, make this hard for us?
Your brain injury was really difficult for us.
Also, off to the side, when JL goes home, Natasha pulls a full Jasleen, like hand to mouth, cycle 7
Yeah.
audition.
Why is Natasha so shocked at this? I feel like when you get to this bottom two, Brittany, who's never been in the bottom and has been a front runner, and JL, who has been in the bottom twice, including last week. Like, yeah, JL's going home.
I don't know.
I don't understand why Natasha was that surprised, unless she's done that every single time and they've just never cut to it.
Maybe it's just sadness because, as we're about to see, Natasha and Brittany
Are not friends.
are not friends.
Or was it Natasha's great, iconic delayed reactions and she just understood what a screen capture was? Oh.
So as JL is leaving, she puts on a blue wig that we've never seen.
She put that on the very first day in the house when they had their wigs with Cassandra.
And a
Oh,
red
so
tutu.
she brought this from the house. She stole this from the house.
Oh, fully.
Looking like
JL
Natalie Portman and Closer.
JL took all the trinkets and knickknacks from that original house.
Did she take her notes? Oh no!
And as she came in, so she leaves. JL really was there to make friends.
Yes.
She
Loved it.
was fully there to have as many friendships as possible.
Get some girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So before this JL update, in case you do not know this, I think I should put a small trigger warning
Yeah.
on this update because there's a very short list of contestants that are no longer with us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, as of the recording of this. But
I think
unfortunately,
it's like 3.
Yeah, right. As of the recording of this, I believe it's 3, maybe 4. And so JL's current update is a very sad one, unfortunately. But, we want to be objective about telling you what's been going on with people. But just so anyone knows, if you want to not finish this episode and just read it on your own time or something, I totally get that. So her name is JL Strauss. Her Instagram is still up. It's at Eureka Secrets, eureka.secrets. No idea why.
Surprise secrets.
Yeah. So in 2012, JL was kind of reintroduced to a national audience because she was featured on a Dr. Phil episode where she was approached in her home for an intervention for meth addiction. Okay. And I remember the moment in the Dr. Phil episode, that clip, she unfortunately looked like someone who had been dealing with a meth addiction, and then happily, right after that, she got sober. And there's at least one Instagram post where she says that she was officially 5 years sober. So, she did go on record by saying that even though the Dr. Phil episode did basically act as the catalyst to her getting sober, she did not like how she was treated by the show.
Oh, shockaroo. Dr. Phil is garbage.
Yeah, so very much just, a positive thing from TMZ of all places. An employee at the Solstice Recovery Foundation near Austin, Texas, who worked there with JL, told TMZ that the ex-model was heavily involved in the rehab center's efforts, volunteering to help folks, especially women, fight drug addiction. And JL would spearhead online fundraisers to provide scholarships to those needing treatment, and she would often share her own story of recovery as inspiration for the patients.
That tracks with who JL was on the show.
Being there for people, you know what I mean? I totally get it. Now, unfortunately, she was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer and lost her battle with it in 2018. Yeah. You can also still find an old GoFundMe that was, people donating to help her with medical expenses and stuff like that. There's an article where Tyra, I think, tweeted this in 2018, but where she mourned JL, saying, "Top model has lost a beautiful soul. We will all remember JL and her fun-loving spirit and beautiful soul." So, and it's interesting if you look at the Instagram, notably I noticed Carrie D and Bree commenting on a lot of the posts while she was dealing with cancer, offering support and encouragement, and probably more of the folks too. Those are the ones, since I followed them, that were like at the top.
Right.
So she also just knew people from like the top model world.
Cinematic universe.
Like, yeah. So an unfortunate update. We can talk about her as a contestant on the show.
Yeah.
I liked JL as a character in the show a lot more than I remembered liking her. I remember being very annoyed by her. And on a rewatch, I was just like, you were fun-loving and nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were.
It wasn't until kind of right near the end when she seemed to maybe have been checking out.
Yeah, just run out of steam.
Yeah.
And she had to deal with so fucking much on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I think JL was a really strong person.
Yeah.
She had to think of all the different things beyond her friend passing away during her time on the show. She also had to deal with the effed up photo shoots that dealt with death. Yep. And also she had to deal with stuff like the makeover drama. Where, and she like dealt with all that stuff pretty well.
And took a lot of really nice photos.
Despite all that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And had a great attitude despite all that. Even her fight with Renee, like she was able to kind of get over it at the end of the day.
JL was definitely a kind of person who, if she was giving second and even third chances to people, she had a big heart for, again, she wanted to make friends. She wanted to make lifelong, like,
family, semi-family friends.
We've seen a lot of grudge holders on this show, and reality TV lends itself to grudge holders. And she might be the least grudge holdy person I've ever seen.
Has never held a grudge.
Not me. Yeah. No.
She didn't even, the only time she even really confronted Renee was like the night of a thing.
Yeah. When
like by the next morning, she was fine.
When everyone had too much to drink. Like,
yeah.
No, I liked JL a lot, actually. Like, she just,
it's a lot to live with if you had to be in close quarters with her.
Yeah.
But really just a very genuine spirit.
Yeah.
And if you think we have genuine spirits, you should rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast. We love hearing from you, reaching out. If you can't, leave a review, tell a friend, send us an email at podleadum.com. All are good options. Tweet about us.
Y'all, you got options. You got options. The options.
If nothing else, you have options.
There are two types of interviews.
Reviews?
Two types of reviews.
Emails.
Chatterbox ones and timid ones.
You can also find me anywhere at Yet Charming.
Please reach out to me on Instagram at Hannah Jane Ginsburg.
And I'm on Twitter at JW Crump.
And be sure to use the hashtag PodLeadum anytime you tweet about us or do anything about us. Put us on your story. I don't know what you do.
Anytime you do anything about us.
Anything you do. You know what? No. Anytime you do anything. We want PodLeadum trending. Hive. PodLeadum Hive. Do it. Robert. Jack. Queen Sarayu. Get on it.
Oh, wow. Naming some of the super fans. Love that.
Logs 13. With no picture.
If you keep doing this, there comes some people that are mad. They're like, I put in the work and you forgot my name, Alexander.
And 40er on Reddit. And this is, you know what, Hannah JW, you can say I'm not looking at anything. Like,
that's true.
This is all coming from memory.
He did all that with his eyes closed.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but he did it.
So for PodLeadum, I have been Alexander Price.
I'll be Hannah Jane Ginsburg.
And I'm JW Crump.
And we'll see you on top.
PodLeadum is not endorsed by America's Next Top Model, Tyra Banks, 10x10 Entertainment, or any of their subsidiaries. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. America's Next Top Model and all names, pictures, and audio clips are registered trademarks and copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.